Here's a software simulation of a label shop with three parallel workflows. At the top we have a flexo workflow. Conventionally we're going to make plates, make ready the press, set up a die, and then print and die cut, clean up, and the jobs will be counted up here. In the middle we have a standalone digital system such as an HP Indigo, where we have the printing. We have to remove the roll, move the roll to a die cutter, set up the die cutter and print the digital jobs. And the way this is going to work is for short run jobs we're going to batch them up and print a bunch of them before we die cut. At the bottom we have a hybrid setup, such as with the PPSI dice web system mounted on a flexo press. So we set up the die and then we run the press, printing digital and any necessary flexo at the same time. We count up the jobs here. So let's just run this and see what happens. I'll reset and hit run here, and what we'll see is jobs. You can see the little red dots coming out, and then the different operations light up in orange, and you can see at the top here the make ready, the print and the clean up happen pretty quickly. The little man moves with the job and the jobs are being counted up output here. The bottom one similarly moving very quickly. This one in the middle, we have the jobs batching up. You can see a queue here with 10 forming, 11, 12. The batch is released, the roll is moved, die set up, and then the digital jobs are printed and a whole batch of 10 come out at once. This is because we got the same die jobs set up to number 10, we can see down here. This is set to run for 4 weeks. You can see the clock advancing here through Monday, 4 8-hour shifts. This is too slow though, so let me speed things up and run right to the end so we can see the result. Down here we see a graphic of the relative profitability of flexo, standalone, digital and hybrid, and in the chart we can see the profits as a percentage of flexo down here. The standalone for this particular set of examples is 157%, the hybrid 193%. The number of jobs out you can see here. Let's look at what the assumptions that went into this were. We've got a settings set up here where we can set the job size. I'll just change this to make it look much more advantageous to flexo. Let's make that a 10,000 foot run. It's at the moment set for a single color. We'll make it a 4-color run. Here we've got our make ready time for the colors. That's 6 minutes per color, 12 minutes for the die. On digital, 2 minutes and 12 minutes for the die. Then I've got some assumptions about run speed, the percentage of jobs that need new plates, the number of jobs that need a die change, etc., etc. I've got some financial assumptions built in here. The cost of the plates, the hourly cost of the people. The equipment, I've got $120 an hour for each of them, so I've got no difference there. And I've made an assumption for the setup charge and run charge to the customers and the material cost per MSI. So with those assumptions, let's just run it again and we'll see that flexo now looks much more profitable. The digital is only 63% as many jobs on the standalone, nearly the same on the hybrid. The profitability is lower for both those because the run length is longer. So the great thing about simulators is you can run a lot of scenarios, and I've run a few here before. Let me output the results of a lot of different runs here and show you what they look like. In this case, I've got a single color job with an ink cost of $40 per 1,000 square feet, 1 job per die, and a make ready time of 6 minutes per color. And we can see that down at the short run length end, actually flexo is looking pretty comparable to the others. If we change the number of jobs on the same die to say 10 jobs per die though, we'll see that digital starts to look a lot better because the flexo speed advantage is taken away. If we take that up to 4 color jobs, flexo starts to look even worse, with the crossover time to the standalone digital around the 3,000 feet and to the hybrid around 7,500 feet. So what this is telling us is that mounting a digital inkjet printer on a web is the best way to go digital, and that it has advantages particularly at the short run end, and those advantages remain for a longer time than they do if you have a standalone system.